access the labor analytics, supply and demand tools to enhance their job search. In other words, they can look to see what the prevailing wages are and what's available at those wages in their area as well as surrounding areas. Job seeker services such as the resume building, versioning, and scoring to improve more tailored applications with Virtual Recruiter matches candidates to jobs 24/7. WIT offers job seekers tools like career planning and training resources, all available online. One of the functions of Work in Texas is the Voss Greeter. Boards use Voss Greeter to collect, manage, and report data on all customers who visit their office. This application, for those of you who've been around a while, replaces the old Wicket application. By using Voss Greeter, boards can customize their own office instruction list, such as their welcome comments, and call visitors, and offers the ability to call visitors via text notification. Voss Greeter allows for offices to customize their own visit reasons and associate staff. Voss Greeter helps identify customers who are eligible to receive priority of service or same-day services. Greeter allows customers to check themselves in when visiting offices or to leave a phone number, again, so that they can be contacted via text message when an office staff are ready to assist them. As part of the back office functionality, Voss Greeter eliminates duplicate data entry and can calculate and display office productivity statistics. Implemented in December of 2021, just a few months ago, Work in Texas Labor Market Analyzer system provides an electronic method for job seekers, employers, and other research and manage and research statistical data related to job postings, labor market information, and centralizes this data and data sources into a single website. The Labor Market Analyzer can assist analytics and labor market specialists with research and data collection for statistical source from statistical sources. The Labor Market Analyzer system is unique in its ability to integrate labor market information in services it provides to analysts seamlessly, incorporating the most up-to-date survey data from standard databases, including the latest Work Information Database, the most recent ONET version of occupation classifications, and mixed codes for industry classifications. The system also assimilates detailed real-time LMI data from the job postings and most recent resumes currently available in the Work in Texas job database, specific for each state. The sources of the data tables are identified as the data is displayed, and the data is available in many views to maximize its usefulness for all types of users to make informed decision. Again, although it says it's an analyst tool, it's available for employers and job seekers to make use of labor market information in their area, state and statewide. The system provides high-quality quantitative information to analysts and, again, employers, job seekers, students, career counselors, and any others accessing the system. Work in Texas also includes a customer relations management module. Also, for those of you who access WIT, you may see it listed as client relationship management. It appears both ways in the system. The acronym I'll use is CRM, so I don't have to say Customer Relationship Management multiple times. The CRM module offers employers, outreach specialists, business service representatives, and other staff in the office a full range of tools and resources to actively manage employer recruitment. Staff can use the CRM module to convert potential business customers into marketing leads for the purpose of providing assistance to these businesses and tracking the profile details they manage on behalf of potential recruiting employers. Staff can document important observations regarding those marketing leads in the case note section of the CRM module. The CRM module also offers the staff a way to create surveys to solicit feedback. Those surveys can be simple from 1 or 2 questions up to a complex survey that includes a parent-child relationship with sections, questions, and questions of a nature that an answer to one question will provide access to follow-up questions. Sorry about that. Customer relationship module. It's a screenshot from Work in Texas with the CRM widget promptly displayed on a staff's homepage or dashboard. One of the functions built into WIT is a query tool for the more sophisticated staff user to drill down and dig out more information available in the system or housed in the database that may not necessarily be available through standard reports developed by the vendor. These tools do require a certain knowledge of the underlying data and the data storage, but the system does offer a data dictionary to help users navigate the tables in the Work in Texas system. An ad hoc wizard in the reports section, which is where the Sql Query Tools are located, provides staff the ability to create and save custom queries to access all data types in the system for report purposes. Again, it's typically used as an extension to go above and beyond those reports that are provided by the vendor in Work in Texas. Ad hoc queries can be saved for reuse and shared with other users of the system. So if you have a data specialist who can develop queries, they can create them and then turn them over to staff for staff to use in the future. The tool eliminates the need for data writing tools and/or separate writing software such as Crystal reports. So there is, at this point, no third-party reporting tools that access Work in Texas. The Sql Query Tools are the only way to enhance or to get data that, again, is not provided in standard reports available through the system. This tool is intended for analytics with working knowledge of the database, as I mentioned earlier, and concepts behind the organizing of the data structure. It can perform joins and queries of all fields in the database, so it is very powerful. But one of the drawbacks is it is not intended for extremely large or complex reports. So anything reporting, returning more than about 100,000 rows is going to error out in that. So the resulting data responses need to be adjusted so that they return in smaller chunks in that. So you can't pull the entire individual employment history table out of the database. Query results, those that do satisfy and come back, can be exported to either a CSV format, an Excel format, or a PDF format for additional review, analysis, and doing data diving. The My Texas Career Portal is another window into the Work in Texas database or Work in Texas application. The Career Portal offers a shortened registration and a streamlined layout. The site has a carousel, which is not showing up here, that spotlights employers that have many job openings. That carousel is refreshed on a quarterly basis. It is not a dynamic carousel that goes in and queries the employers with currently the most available postings. As I said, we refresh it on a quarterly basis, and we try to give a broad swath of employers and job markets in that carousel. PwC launched the My Texas Career Portal as another resource for Texas to find jobs and get back to work. The site provides users a quick, streamlined way to register for work in Texas, and to quickly search for, match to, and apply for jobs. My Texas Career is ideal for users looking to get back to work and may not need the services or programs offered by the workforce system. My Texas Career and Work in Texas are connected. The same employers and same jobs appear in both sites. Users who have already registered for Work in Texas can continue to apply for jobs there and do not need, if they choose to use the My Texas Career Portal, do not need to register a second time. Their Work in Texas ID and password work interchangeably between the two systems. Again, the systems are connected, and I actually use the word system, and I shouldn't. They're actually one system, but two windows into the Work in Texas system. Job searches on My Texas Career will satisfy UI benefit work search requirements. Again, the same system, just a different view of and different access method to Work in Texas and its postings. Apprenticeship. The Apprenticeship Management System, also known as AIMS. AIMS exists to collect participant-level data and activities supported through expansion grant funds only. Data systems, collections, analytics, reporting, and outreach engagement efforts for employers and job seekers as a condition of PwC's DOL Apprenticeship Expansion Awards. The agency is required to report DOL participant-level data in alignment with approved apprenticeship subset for the participant individual reporting layout, otherwise known as the apprenticeship curl. The apprenticeship system is a staff-only system with typical homepage for those familiar with Work in Texas. This becomes imperative to know as we look at incorporating or pulling in the apprenticeship module into the Work in Texas module. So currently, the two sites are separate, but an effort is underway to pull in the apprenticeship site into Work in Texas. So the same navigation, same menu structure, same layout, in Work in Texas can be seen in the apprenticeship system and vice versa. Grantees will access the AIMS unique web address through their web browser. Very similar, again, to how users access Work in Texas, a web-based system. Users of the system are encouraged to use either Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge. Currently, the two systems, AIMS and WIT, as I mentioned, do not interface with each other, but again, they are on a path to be fully integrated, at which time the AIMS system and its website will go away and be fully integrated with Work in Texas. AIMS does have the same reporting functionality that Work in Texas users have. Again, the system is from our vendor who produces the Work in Texas system, also produces the apprenticeship system. Both run on the same version of their application. Texas Internship Challenge is the third system that we have that is also based on the same technology as Work in Texas and the apprenticeship. Both use the virtual one-stop system produced by Geographic Solutions Incorporated. Employers are encouraged to offer paid or for-credit applied learning opportunities in the Internship Challenge site. Offered internships help students gain the marketable skills employers are looking for and introduce students to in-demand occupations. Students are encouraged to participate in the offered internships around the state to gain marketable skills employers are looking for. Internships help students explore career opportunities, network with employers, and earn salary or school credits. A offshoot or incorporated into the Texas Internship Challenge site is the Texas Works internship program. This program provides students with opportunities to build their resumes with paid and professional work experience and to strengthen their career readiness. Texas college and university students that are hired by participating employers must meet program eligibility requirements and financial aid requirements. Unlike the Texas Internship Challenge, where internships can be posted, those that participate in the Texas Works internship program must meet certain guidelines. Interns earn a minimum of $20 an hour, interning a minimum of 96 hours over a minimum of 8 weeks in Texas. Interns complete internships with challenging, meaningful, and real work projects and tasks, all while gaining and strengthening their career readiness, competencies, and skills. Internships come away with increased confidence to make future career decisions, build professionalism, and establish working relationships. The Texas Works program is administered by the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board, THECB, in partnership with Texas employers. Employers are reimbursed at a rate established by THECB for fully paid eligible wages for the eligible interns. While THECB administers Texas Work, TWC's Texas Internship Challenge site supports the Texas Works internship program through outreach to students and employers by assisting Texas Work employers' internship position postings in the internship application process. For those who access the site and are wondering how we designate Texas Works employers from regular employers offering internships, there's an icon that flags Texas Works employers who must, again, meet these standards in order to get that icon that indicates that they are participating in the Texas Works internship program. TEAMS, or Texas Educating Adult Management System, is set up to document student attendance, academic progress, educational attainment, and work-related outcomes. It's a web-based, web-enabled system and maintains student-level data, including demographics, assessments, and outcome data for class, site, and provider information. Access is limited, very much like an apprenticeship, to people who work for an adult education and literacy grant recipient or subrecipient. So this is not a public-facing site. TEAMS is the data management system for federally funded adult education literacy programs in Texas. TEAMS users can analyze class, site, and program information using the standard reports built into TEAMS. TEAMS provide a wide range of information about adult education, including snapshots of student and program performance, personal qualifications, and staff development activities. The Learner Outcome Tracking System, or LOTS as it's referred to internally, commonly referred to, is an interface application with multiple built-in functions that the TWC users track contract performance for federally funded under the Skills Development, SDF, and Self-Sufficiency Fund programs. LOTS also facilitates the reporting of aggregated data to state and federal entities that require performance data outcomes for these programs. Monthly reporting is done through spreadsheets that are uploaded and verified into the system before they are reported. TRACS, the Texas Rapid Response Accountability and Compliance System. TRACS is designed to enable the dislocated worker unit to collect and manage information on layoffs that occur in Texas, allowing for quick access to information on all aspects of rapid response activities. TRACS allows the rapid response specialist to quickly review current status of layoffs that they are working on, improving management ability to assess performance, and responding quickly to layoff notices. TRACS offers numerous reporting capabilities like, but not limited to, VOL reporting by county, specialist, and company, consolidated WARN notice reports, and reports to DOL of WARN activities, and also includes an ad hoc reporting tool. TWIST, the Workforce Information System of Texas, or TWC's Case Management System. TWIST provides an automated system of data entry and a central repository of customer information. TWIST is a mission-critical application that provides core business functionality for boards and the services that they provide to individuals. TWIST allows Workforce Center staff in the local workforce offices to enter intake information for customers and retrieve statewide data from multiple employment and training programs such as WIOA for adults, dislocated workers, and youth supplemental nutrition assistance program, SNAP, employment and training, choices, NCP, rapid response, TAA, and child care. Again, it is the case management system for TWC. An offshoot of TWIST is the Workforce Reports System. Timely access to data is the key for managing performance and programs administered by TWC. Reports should not only be timely, but they should be current and accurate as well. Additionally, the workforce reporting system is easy to use and still providing varied functionality to meet the needs of our boards and workforce staff. InfoMaker is a third-party program that is used to access and do ad hoc querying of the TWIST information system. Unlike Work in Texas, which did not allow a third-party application for ad hoc queries, TWIST does have that functionality. And as I said, an off-the-shelf tool. TWIST ad hoc is updated regularly from TWIST, so it does not contain real-time information as it is updated on a periodic basis. And so that must be kept in mind when doing queries and ad hoc reporting, that the data may be somewhat stale as it hasn't been refreshed. Users can create reports for childcare, TAA, and any of the other applications or programs that I stated earlier that TWIST supports. One of the items that I want to point out at this time is that when TWC moves to the new case management system, which I will talk about shortly, InfoMaker will not work in that new environment. InfoMaker will continue to work as long as the child care folks are using TWIST as their case management system. But eventually, InfoMaker will not be a tool used to do ad hoc querying.
Sorry, sir, there have been multiple requests on the remote attendees for you to speak a little louder if you can, please.
I'll belly up to the bar.
Thank you.
Okay. The T&D department did wish for me to express to you all for more information on InfoMaker and their other training resources, to make sure that you visit their booth outside the door here to collect the latest training catalog. Workforce case management. This system is going to replace Work in Texas with a current go-live timeframe of July 2023. It will use the same platform as the Labor Exchange or Work in Texas system currently does. And as stated on the slide, because it's using the same platform, it will integrate with Work in Texas. So one system. As part of our effort to integrate and build the functionality that's going to be necessary going forward into the case management system, we have worked with and solicited input from our workforce boards. And the executive directors of the 28 boards were polled and have volunteered 8 staff to participate in the ongoing development of the case management system. And when I say development, I don't mean they're actually in there writing code or anything like that. They're providing their experience in how the system should function and operate based upon current workforce board policies and procedures. They've been an invaluable resource and this is not their only job. So we thank them for taking time out of their busy days to also participate in this endeavor. The information that they have provided in guidance and input for how the system should perform and function have greatly moved this process along. And that we learned from the prior work in Texas rollout that we needed to bring in all of the stakeholders to participate in the development of a system, and that it could not be developed in a vacuum or with just the agency dictating what the system would do and how it would perform. So those 8 people have been instrumental in the progress we have made in the workforce case management system. Some of their contributions include attending demonstrations of the core system. They participate in most of our meetings, and we are meeting probably 4 to 6 times a week to cover various programs and various aspects of the system. And we normally see at least 2, if not 4 of the 8, and sometimes all 8, participating in those meetings. And the meetings are covering all of the programs that will be included in the case management system, with the exception of childcare, who are undergoing their own solicitation and evaluation of their own childcare case management system. There are times when we reach out to EDs to make them aware of who we'd be contracting TWIST administrators with questions regarding how each area uses TWIST at the office level. We ask for information from each board regarding basic skills tests, assessments that are done in the work area. All of this will allow us to configure the lookup tables specifically to each board area. This again is done in conjunction with the input of those 8 representatives that you saw earlier, plus other staff within our policy procedure business service unit, as well as my area of workforce automation. In building these lookup tables to make sure we account for all of the choices that should appear in drop downs as the users navigate either work in Texas or the case management system. This also occurs for others of our partner programs. We take the information, we evaluate it, and then we recommend it to our vendor to be incorporated into the system. With all that being said, and all of the things I've said about the current applications that I alluded to, tracks, lots, TWIST, all are in the process of undergoing evaluation for possible replacement over the course of the next year, effectively starting beginning of June. In that, we are looking at, and when we evaluate systems, we look to see if we can get away from standalone systems and take an integrated approach. We gather preliminary estimates and costs, and then we invite the respondents to the demonstrations and see if the provided solutions will meet their needs. Participants see the systems from the get-go, rather than a system being selected and then providing input as far as how to configure that already agreed upon system. We are trying as much as possible to utilize off-the-shelf software instead of building applications in-house. Some of the identified systems for replacement are our work opportunity tax credit system, which I did not have a slide for earlier. We are looking at a potential go-live date of the end of August this year for that system. Our foreign labor exchange or foreign labor certification system, FLC, is looking for replacement by the end of this calendar year, December of 2022. Our career schools, which utilizes the PACOS system, is also looking for a go-live at the end of this year, December of 2022. The WATS system, which I alluded to earlier, we are looking at a go-live date at the end of August of this year. ETP, Eligible Training Provider System, which is also tied to, not directly, but tied to our career schools and group, also is looking at a December 31st go-live date. And our track system has a longer runway. We're looking at March of 2023. Other systems that I failed to mention that are still also part of the purview of workforce automation, in that we have a liaison role in them. And I did mention career schools, colleges, and the ETP system, WOTC, but we also have a hand in the Texas Veterans Leadership Program System, or TVLP. That concludes my presentation, and I'm open to questions. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So you mentioned several times that the new system that's coming in, and you kind of pulled childcare out from that and mentioned it's going to stay with Twist for a while. So what's the deal with childcare? What's going to happen?
That's an excellent question. They are in the process of evaluating replacement systems, but I do not have a timeline for that at this juncture.
So my real question is, you know, they just got through, well, just in the world of technology, they just got through getting childcare integrated into Twist, and now it sounds like they're pulling it back out into a separate system.
Eventually, yes. Correct. Twist is more than 15 years old. That's not a question I can answer. I don't have an answer for why it was elected to be a separate system, then integrated into some of the current systems that we have.
We have a question on the chat.
Yes.
That came in a little bit ago. It says, you mentioned that all sites are available with Google Chrome and Microsoft Edge. Will they also work with Safari browser for iOS users?
Yes. Safari is a supported browser, both from a desktop and from a mobile device, such as an iPhone, obviously, as is Edge on the iPhone and that. What will not work, and it was one of my parting comments, is at the end of June, Internet Explorer 11 will no longer be supported by our vendor, Geographic Solutions, for accessing any of their sites, which would be the apprenticeship site, the internship site, and Work in Texas / My Texas Career Portal. And we've tried to get that word out to as many people as possible. Microsoft themselves will no longer support Internet Explorer 11 at the end of June of this year. So we're trying to get the word out that this is going to occur. We're not prescribing a certain browser because people tend to have their favorites, but the preferred are Microsoft Edge and Google Chrome.
Okay, I know I saw the slide that it said December or June of next year, or was it July of next year? But you just said a December date, and then you said a June, but the slide said July.
Okay.
So,
So
in that process, are the staff going to be given the chance or their opportunity to play with the system to learn it?
yes,
Okay.
yes. These are all lessons we learned from the rollout of Work in Texas, that we have to get users involved earlier and for more frequent testing and that. So we are not at the point yet where we're even looking at the first set of tests. That's coming very quickly, and at which point we'll do what we call a mock 1 run, which is intended to test the export of data and the migration from the current Twist system into the new case management system. But it is not intended for user testing. It's intended for us to validate that we're getting the information across the systems that we intend to get.
Okay, and once y'all implement, will it still be side by side, or are you going to cut off Twist before you implement? Will it be hybrid?
Excellent question. The current thought is that at some point, which hasn't been decided, we will turn off access to Twist, except for childcare, which will need to continue. So those of you who went through the Work in Texas conversion probably remember that as well, where we basically turned off access to Twist, except for childcare, while the system was migrated from the legacy WIT system to the new VOS Work in Texas system. A similar approach will be done for the migration from Twist to case management. We need to get at some point a clean set of data, and we can't. And the conversion process is not, a 10 or 15 minute backup and restore process. So there will be some time where the systems will not be available. We're still working to minimize downtime as much as possible. So there is an effort underway to see what we can do to greatly reduce the inability to access those systems during the conversion. Other questions?
We have another question from the chat. Which software will be utilized to run ad hoc reports for the new workforce system?
We are looking at providing an internal access for ad hoc, and we have not decided on what that tool will be at this point. We are working to identify reports that will be migrated from Twist and workforce reports that will be part of the new case management system, as well as additional reports that will become available from the vendor. And then what we have for ad hoc and that, which isn't satisfied by the canned reports, we are looking at a couple of solutions to make doing ad hoc querying available to the user community. But the tools haven't been finalized at this point. But it is on the radar.
Sorry, lots of questions.
That's okay.
So is the new system going to also, like the Twist reports, give us that ability to pull something similar to that in relation to our performance measures?
Yes. So we're doing side-by-side comparisons between what's available in workforce reports, what the vendor supplies, where the gaps are, and how are we going to address those gaps. Whether asking the vendor to create a report or sending a report, you know, maybe instead of one report, it's 2 reports. Not an ideal solution, but a solution. Or whether this needs to be done or implemented in an ad hoc fashion. You know. Other questions? Let me reiterate, because it is important, because I get the calls, or my staff gets the calls when things don't work. Internet Explorer 11 will no longer work with work in Texas after the end of June. So spread the word that people need to start moving their favorites and their bookmarks out of Internet Explorer 11 and either into Chrome or to Edge or to Safari. And that, additionally, you know, without support from Microsoft for that browser, it will be a huge security hole. So I would also request that any of you that are currently using Internet Explorer look to make the switch as well. Those of you in offices that may have kiosks for customers coming in should also look and see what browser is running on those systems as well as your resource rooms. Make sure that Internet Explorer 11 isn't a viable option, because it's just going to frustrate a person when they can't reach the websites. Anything else? Thank you all. I appreciate it. You've been a wonderful audience. Thanks for taking it easy on me with your questions and that. I didn't put my contact information on there, but the opening slide has my name. But let me go ahead and give you that information again. My name is Richard Woessner, and that's spelled W-O-E-S-S-N-E-R. And my email address is richard.woessner@twc.texas.gov. So if you had a question and you didn't want to ask it, send me an email and I'll get an answer for you. Thank you again. I appreciate it.